All right, we're back with another edition of What the F Is That Doing in the Junkyard? That's where we go and video these cars that are languishing in the self-service wrecking yards that definitely shouldn't be there. These are cars that haven't been in yards for years. These are cars that, like, you know, they have the high turnover rate. So they're cars that, believe it or not, recently were sent to the wrecking yard, whether it be through a tow auction, through being donated and getting sent to the yard, or someone actually calling and saying, hey, I've got this thing in my yard, come get it, I don't want it anymore. Basically, we're trying to raise awareness that these cars should be winding up in the yards. They should be winding up in enthusiast hands where they'll be loved for years to come. If you watched Volume 2, which was last week's video, the two cars that I definitely got the most comments on were the 1965 Ford Mustang and the 1979 Chevy Camaro. And if you go back, I'll put the link to that video in the description, or you can look through my channel. I mean, they're both, you know, icons of the muscle car era. Both cars that were totally savable, yet they still wound up in the self-service wrecking yard. So in today's video, we have a little bit of an international flavor. We've got a British car going back to 1963. We have a couple Japanese cars, a couple Toyotas, including a vintage Celica and a vintage MR2. And the MR2 looks like when it hit the yard, it was like in a really good condition. In addition, we have what used to be known as the ugliest Mustang ever made until the new Mach-E was unveiled at the LA Auto Show the other day. We have a 1975 Mustang 2, so a pre-smog Mustang 2. That's in this video as well. I already have another video lined up for next week of more of these. I'm going to be probably hitting some yards. We're going to get some rain here in the next week or so. But in between, I'm going to try to hit another yard or two and see if I can video some more of these. As well as I have a friend of mine who lives up in Northern California. He said he was going to go try to video at his local yards the next time he makes a trip to a wrecking yard. Without further ado, here's today's video. This one's not so much what the F is doing in the junkyard. This one's got some rust on it, but it's still, you don't see these in the wrecking yard very often anymore. This is a 81 Toyota Celica 22R motor. As you can see, it's pretty rough. I mean, it's definitely seen better days. Doesn't look too good anymore, but you know what? It's like would someone have done something with this? Probably not. Still, when do you ever see these in the junkyard anymore? Pretty amazing to see something like this. Most of these are either long gone or been fixed up by now. This one actually came out of a sheriff's impound, according to the windshield. So it probably was a running car. This is another What the F is doing in the junkyard. This is a 1975 Mustang 2. It's got the German 6-cylinder under the hood, not the 4-cylinder. This one's actually a Gia model. It's got the Mustang, the factory slot mags on it. Had a vinyl top. As you can see, it was a Gia model. That's where the Gia badge would go on these. I'm gonna go inside. Car shows it says 11,000, so I'm gonna guess like, oh sorry, 13,000. I'm guessing 113,000. It's automatic. The steering wheel's in the back seat. Got some really shoddy body work here. You can see the Bondo is just completely cracked. The car doesn't look like it was that rusty. It's just really beat to hell and weathered. But somebody back east would have gone nuts for this thing. It's even got, you kind of see the outline of the 3 numbers, 3 letters. That would be a blue California plate. So that would have been the original license plate, K-series plate. For all you guys who know what California plates mean. It's even got a Cal State LA sticker from '76 on it. But I think it's 75, that would have been a pre-smog. So kind of amazed to see a pre-smog, even if it's a Mustang 2, but still. Some people are into these, and with a pre-smog designation, you could have done like a 302 swap or something on this and head for a really cool hot rod. You know, it's got a lot of surface rust. I don't see anything structural. That dent's probably from when they forklifted it. Kind of sad to see it in the wrecking yard. Okay, so here's a more modern classic for you, if you will. This one's a 1986 MR2 Toyota. This one's really original. I don't know how this thing wound up out here, because people are actually fixing these up now. In fact, the seats, they're not too bad. A little bit of ripped. Check this out. When's the last time you think you saw one with a factory AM/FM cassette in it? The odometer shows 216, but that's a Toyota, so it probably had more miles left on it. So we got the roll-up windows, kind of a base model, no spoiler on the back, but I mean, it looks like it was really clean when it wound up in here before people started ripping parts. This actually arrived here yesterday, so or a couple days ago. So you can see they've already stripped a lot of the stuff off of it in a couple days. Probably some MR2 guys got out here and started stripping it. And that's kind of sad, because I think someone would have actually done something with this car. I heard something really oddball to be winding up at a self-service yard these days. This is actually a 63 Rover called a 3-liter, so it's a 3-liter engine. Did you see? I mean, this thing's actually been out here a while, but hardly anything's been removed, mostly because who the hell has one of these things? Not sure someone would have actually restored this, but kind of an oddball thing to be seeing it pick apart, really. Here's a real sad one. This was actually a 71 Dodge D100 pickup. It's got a 318 in it. Wow. This one actually has a sticker on the windshield that went through an insurance auction, so I'm guessing it's because there's some body damage at the back. It was actually rear-ended. I think this has been out like a week or so. I grabbed all the grill and all the dash stuff. And that stuff, as you can imagine, is pretty popular. The cab is like really nice, like the corners aren't even that messed up, you know. If any of you guys know old pickup trucks, that's usually the first thing that goes. And the bed isn't that bad, other than the tailgate, which if it was straight and it was still here, I'd be pulling that, but it's pretty bashed in. I'm guessing that's why I went through an insurance auction. So you got the remnants of a Dodge Chrysler dealer frame from Ventura. But would someone have saved it with a salvage? Maybe not, but kind of sad to see it out here nonetheless. All right, so that's about going to wrap it up for volume 3 of What the F Is That Doing in the Junkyard. If you like what you see, be sure to like, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever I post one of these videos or one of my other car videos. Next weekend on the 7th, I'm going to be hitting Radwood, SoCal down in Orange County. I'm probably taking the Cadillac. I've also got some other videos in the works, so you're going to want to check those out. And until then, thanks for watching.